The movements needed to play better are simpler than you might think. As you have experienced, golf is different every day. However, if the swing is complicated, golf swings will only feel more difficult. Swinging a stationary club is unnatural. However, swinging a club with this recoil is easy. This is due to the elasticity of the club. The elasticity contained in what seems like a simple swing is, in my opinion, the highest level of golf swing. To utilize the elasticity of this club, you just need to practice 3 things. The first is cocking. What is cocking? It is simply creating a lever with your wrist. It is faster to swing with the wrists bent and released than to swing with them straightened. The start of the swing process is from lifting this tool. It is not about lifting the arms, but rather lifting the club, and this should be done rhythmically. When taking the club back, it should be done straight, and around the middle, you should bend your wrists and turn your shoulders more than 90 degrees. Movements that seem to create something like this make it difficult to achieve the elasticity of the club that I emphasize. Elasticity itself is lively. To give the club elasticity through wrist. Cocking. Simply using the wrists is not enough. Just as sending the club this way makes the start smoother, something is needed from the entire body. You can achieve this with your feet and legs. I take this movement to swing the club somewhere over my right shoulder, along with the cocking of my wrists. While pressing down on the heel of the left foot and the toes of the right foot, send the club forward and then swing it away towards the right shoulder. Step on the heel of your left foot and the toes of your right foot, then send the club this way and swing it somewhere over your right shoulder. There is no need to worry about the path to take with the club. Just swing it over your right shoulder. The second point is to turn. When the club starts to fly over your right upper side, you should go with the club. This means moving towards the backswing. This does not mean to sway to the right. If you started the swing from the heel of your left foot and the toe of your right foot, then as you swing the club, you should switch your feet in the opposite direction to move together to the top of the backswing. Then you will step on the toes of your left foot and the heel of your right foot, and you will definitely be able to turn. The reason you need to swing the club over the right shoulder and definitely follow through is because of this issue. The problem is that after swinging the club, you are not following through sufficiently and are holding back. This means that you are already pulling the club. If you pull the club in advance, you will not be able to utilize the elasticity of the club that I am emphasizing. Therefore, it is essential to confidently swing the club at the top of the backswing while pressing down on the toes of the left foot and the heel of the right foot, ensuring that you follow through with the club. It feels like the body is also moving along this diagonal. The third is coming back. Fred Couples, an American golfer who has a truly beautiful swing tempo but still hits powerful shots, said this: "I have never thought about the transition in the downswing. It happens automatically. Of course, this expression may sound like something unrelated to us, akin to saying that someone studied only from textbooks and came in first place. But the truth is, it is really correct. Just as a bowstring only needs to be pulled. If the club has gone up to the top, it will eventually come down. If we start weakly, we will fall weakly. If we rise more strongly, we will fall strongly. It is a strong rebound that brings us back. The reason for this is that we are focused on one point, which is the ball. In other words, because you are facing the ball, if you swing the club strongly and follow the direction it is hit, the club will enter the downswing. By following the club with a resilient start and waiting, the club will come back. When these three elements are combined, this is the result. I will swing the club over my right shoulder and I will wait. I swung the club over my right shoulder and then waited. Then the club will enter the downswing because I am facing the ball. Let's apply this to our actual swing. I will follow the club with an elastic start and wait. Ultimately, if you start the movement of the club from a position aimed at the ball, it will come back. I encourage you to wait for this moment. At this time, it is really important to throw the club somewhere over your right shoulder and to follow it closely. This is crucial for the club to return. Do not get ahead of the club. Instead, follow it closely. Getting ahead of the club would look like this. Follow the club without getting ahead of it. If you swing and wait, the club will drop. Putting, short approaches, iron shots, and drivers all return once you start. The power varies depending on what kind of energy you start with. If you begin with soft and weak energy, it will result in a weak outcome. If you use stronger energy, it will return with strong energy if you wait. In my opinion, the most ideal swing method we should ultimately pursue is none other than utilizing the elasticity of the club. It is a state where the club, once the movement begins, gains a free recoil and automatically enters the downswing as if it were unintentional. The club does not move on its own. However, if the golfer focuses on one spot, the ball, and does not pull the club first, the club, which is set in motion by the golfer, will swing back like a swing. The swing goes up and eventually comes down. So, I encourage you to start your backswing and wait for the club's reaction. The longer you wait, the more powerful the club will become.